Good morning. I thought of sharing my thoughts with you all on the current scenario globally towards BCM risk, crisis, resilience, etc. And I'll be speaking to you with the help of some slides in three parts. My name is Daman, over 35 years in the industry, over 16 years in resilience domains. I'm a fellow of BCI, a fellow of BCS, IEEE ambassador. I have won multiple awards in BCM nationally and globally, and have attempted to write a book also, co-authoring with Dheeraj Lal, based on the UAE BCM standard, which is NCMA 7000. And my talk starts from our oldest friend and oldest enemy, the fire. We have been playing with fire for millions of years, but there's still a lot to improve, lot to do about it, lot to learn about it. In all organizations, we would have discussed roles and responsibilities for long. But the current requirement is, by the way, that is not so current. It is at least 8, 9 years old now. The roles, responsibilities, and authorities, which is a weak point in many organizations. My talk that I've been talking to you in three parts, as I said, these are based on my global experience of being a practitioner, a trainer, a consultant, and an auditor, and in different companies and different countries, different industries as well. This point is very important, who can break the glass if required, when required, and how. There is no hammer anymore. Well, I still did this breaking the glass, but there is no hammer anymore. And what happens if I press? Who is authorized? Big question about this. Can a male fire warden go into female washroom and otherwise? Have I been trained? Do people know that Daman can do this if required, when required? Big challenge, multiple countries, assembly area where we go if we evacuate. For many reasons, one of those is fire also. Most likely it is in the car park, and car park is for cars, not for people. And if I'm evacuating, assume one of the reasons is fire in the building, then you are asking me to stand near the car. That could be a bigger challenge. Second challenge, my observation is that it's not enough in size to hold whether I have 500 people or 5,000, in some cases perhaps more than that as well. A full building evacuation when it's a tall building has rarely been done. If we do that, then only we will see many challenges with respect to evacuating, holding people there, with respect to the size of the assembly area. And then evacuation will finishes with the head count in the assembly area. But a reverse flow perhaps not been observed, not tested. By the way, there is no test plan for evacuation drills. Test report available, test plan mostly missing. Maybe 99.99% cases it's missing, which is not good practice once again. All of a sudden, at the end of the evacuation, when the head count is over, hundreds and hundreds, in some cases thousands of people are attempting to go back at the same time. They want to reach their desks as soon as possible. That could be a challenge up to an extent of creating stampede. Then the date and time of the evacuation will most likely it is the last day of the week and second or late portion of the second half. So if it is Friday late afternoon, smokers will quit the queue whenever, whichever day and time you do. But second portion, the roadside. In some countries, they may not be in all countries, that tea coffee outside the office, that is better. And there's an attempt by some people to move out of the queue. Bigger challenge. People tend to escape. Family will be happy. Someone came home early because there was evacuation drill in the office. It is important to discuss this question also. A risk management domain is older. I'm again repeating, perhaps millions of years old. Then crisis management, emergency management, and business continuity management. But the gap is with respect to risk appetite. Either it's not known. Many organizations have not established this. Experience tells me, my audit experience, almost everyone knows risk appetite, but no one knows. What I mean to say is that people tell me the definition. I'm not looking at the definition, I'm looking at your risk appetite. If it's known, improvements keep happening. If it's known, it is not published. It is known to only few people, not to all relevant interested parties. It's known and it's published. Further improvement has happened, but it's not used. Then why did you create it for? Why did you establish this? Or the value is too old. It has not been reviewed. It has not been updated over years, many years. Process. How did you establish your risk appetite? That process may be missing. Wouldn't be surprised to know I have found even in some large organizations, even today, the risk management function or department is still not in place. I believe it's logical. Talking of risk management, we will be looking at risk register. So the experience once again, while auditing different companies, different countries, a risk register exists. But the question is, how did you create this? So that process or methodology is missing. If again improvement, risk register as well as process both exist, but they do not match. When I look at the contents, the methodology and the output do not match. So that is a risk in itself. This is where I would like to stop as part one of my discussions. We'll be back soon with part two. Thank you.